This is my review for The Intruder, which was directed by Deon Taylor, who directed Traffik, which was a movie with Paula Patton and Omar Epps that I liked a lot. Came out last year. I really enjoyed it. Also, he directed Meet the Blacks. Everybody knows that, the Marlon Wayans movie. Or is that Mike Epps? I think that's Mike Epps. Yeah, not Marlon Wayans. Said that wrong. Mike Epps. That movie was okay. It was funny, decent. The Intruder itself, whether you watch, the way I felt about it, whether you watch the trailer or not, the movie is pretty predictable. That's not, I think it was the fault of the writers and the story itself. To me, so the movie stars Dennis Quaid. You know him from The Parent Trap. Everybody loved that movie. The Day After Tomorrow, one of my all-time favorite movies that I really enjoyed. He's been in a lot of stuff though. He's been around a long time. Dennis Quaid in this movie, to be as old as he is, I think he's 69. To be as old as he is, he looks too good to be 69. He doesn't look that old at all. He's I'd say too ripped, too buff to be 69 years old. He got too many muscles. He's not walking around like some old dude. I don't know if he's just acting and maybe he walks around like some old dude in person, but he was doing, if he did all the stunts and stuff, I'd be surprised, because I wouldn't be surprised, because the way he looks, it looks like he could still run around, do all that stuff. Also stars Meagan Good, and everybody knows her. Recently she's been in, I think she was in the last season of Star, and she was in SHAZAM, which everybody knows I love SHAZAM. She's one of the reasons why I actually really wanted to go see SHAZAM in the first place, not just because he's one of my favorite DC superheroes, but also because I knew Meagan Good was going to be in the movie. But also Michael Ealy stars in this. Him and Meagan Good are the two main ones. Michael Ealy, he's been in a lot of stuff. Him and Meagan Good were both in Think Like a Man. I mainly know Michael Ealy from The Following. That was he was in Too Fast, Too Furious as well, but that was my favorite role of his, was The Following, because I love that show with Kevin Bacon, and I forget the other guy, I know his face, but he was from Altered Carbon. He played the villain in Altered Carbon as well, but he was the villain in The Following, and Michael Ealy was the villain one whole season in The Following as well, and I love that show. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Check out all the movies I referenced: Day After Tomorrow, Traffik. If you haven't seen it, check it out, especially SHAZAM. But The Intruder, so from the jump, the movie, I don't know why, like, I know horror movies, everybody knows horror movies have to have people make stupid decisions for the movie to go on. But the fact that they bought this house from this guy, you could tell obviously from the beginning. And I don't know if this is a credit to how good Dennis Quaid is acting, because the acting in the movie is great. Meagan Good does good acting, Michael Ealy does good acting, Dennis Quaid, their acting's all great. It's just the story and the writing, to me, felt too predictable. Like, you knew what was gonna go on. Like how movies try to, all the creepy moments were funny to me. Like Hereditary, a lot of people think that movie's creepy. That movie had one scene that caught me off guard. Everything else was hilarious. It was boring, and I just didn't like that movie that much. The Intruder, there's a lot of stuff that's supposed to be creepy in the movie that's pretty funny. Like, there's some stuff that's unsettling, but a lot of it's hilarious, and that's where the face that Dennis Quaid is making, or the way that these characters are reacting to him, or if it's just the fact that it's just funny because they try to let stuff happen, and then, the music comes in really heavy, and you're like, why? Like, that was not necessary. Like, the suspense just gets killed at any moment. They try to make it seem like, he's hiding around everywhere, and he's hiding. Like, you see him, you can see him. The characters, the awareness is terrible. Like, when you get mad, if you ever play like 2K or something like that, and you get mad at the way the characters are, the awareness is Meagan Good and Michael Ealy's, all the characters' awareness in this movie is terrible. I don't know how you don't know that this dude is near you. And this is before, like, everything mainly pops off in the mid to third act. There's a lot of build up, which also didn't get me either, because the whole thing is, Dennis Quaid is his character's supposed to be this, I think it's Charlie is his name. He's supposed to be this nice guy, and then they start figuring out that he's crazy and this and that. He's been crazy from the jump for me. Like, as soon as you see him, he looks crazy. The way he acts is crazy. I don't know why you would buy a house from somebody in this movie that you knew they wouldn't try to give up the house. Like, you just tell. Like, the one interesting thing was the backstory of why he's acting so crazy and why he had to try to sell them the house and things like that. That was interesting, but everything else was so predictable. I don't know why they bought this house from this dude. He looked like he didn't want to give up the house. He looked like he was going to do something crazy. He pops up unannounced all the time. They never, ever called the cops on this dude. Never. All the times. They kept letting him in. All this other stuff. It's just like, I don't even know by the end of the movie, in a way he was an intruder, but you let him in so many times. Like, it was kind of a passive intrusion. It's like, he kind of feels like he can just come in. Like, it really is still his house. I don't know why they just give him the house back. He was always there. He was always doing something, making it seem like he was helpful, but they didn't want him there. He didn't listen to none of the heeds. Like, they told him stop doing stuff. He didn't do it. He didn't stop. They just, all this could have been prevented. And then when everything happens, like, I know for a horror movie, you have to get to the point to where this all happens. But even then, it's just so predictable. Like, a friend of mine saw the movie before I saw it, and he was like, yo, this movie's predictable. And I was like, you thought it was predictable. I already know. And it was just terrible. People in the theater were laughing at him. I was laughing at him. I'm one of those people, I do not like talking during the movie. I don't like saying stuff. Like, people can say little small things, and it doesn't irritate me. I don't mind, because everybody's going to say stuff. Me, I really wanted to just blurt out and talk this whole movie. That's how bad it was. I just was like, why? Like, why are y'all doing this? The decisions they were making were just ridiculous. Definitely, this is a bona fide see it when you see it. It's not something that you have to go see. It's something that you might catch it on TV and like, oh, I guess I'll watch it. I haven't seen this yet. Or you just have nothing else to watch, you'll go see it. The movie, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not god-awful, it's not terrible. It's just a middle-of-the-pack, run-of-the-mill, kind of less than mediocre movie that's super predictable. In a way similar to kind of like Lakeview Terrace a little bit, without all the racism, I would say. But yeah, it's just, definitely see it when you see it. Still doing the giveaways. Don't forget, all you have to do is comment, subscribe to be eligible. And I haven't seen any comments, so once I see some, I start trying to do the giveaways again. But they're definitely there. Thank you guys so much for your continued support and time. And thank you so much for watching all these videos, and keep providing more content for you.